And welcome. Right, now then, I thought this is one of those fields where you really need to start this yourself because yeah, there's too many trees around. And having faced workers like going mad a lot, as in when they go into a tree and you ruin part of your field, should be automatically straw sloughing. Ooh, just switch that off somehow. Right, now, we go first now. It should restart, and then it should be good. I am going to go straight into a time zone because this is a big field. It is. I've got the telehandle down. We fed the animals. We did all of the things. I mean, yeah, our money's doing well because, it's fallen over again. I've just picked that up. It's still not quite right. I'm thinking of actually putting one of the frames that you get on certain ones of these just so as it stands upright because it's a little bit. I've tried to do a stabilizer, but I think it's going to ruin the way that it is. So I think if I put it on the attach, I think it'll appear and disappear once you grab it. Shouldn't need to, but it is a bit of a funny shape. The cone is a lot bigger than on the original, and that is what's causing it to like topple all the time. Which I've got to be honest, looking at the physics, I think the base would need to be bigger to actually make that work. But then if you do it the way that I've done it, then that yeah, it's because I'm hitting the collision. Yeah, it really has got a collision. Right, let's leave it alone. I'll sort it. I will. I'm just trying to get it right. Right, so then we need to... Yeah, let's grab that. Let's go into a time lapse. Let's grab this straw off, which at least we're going to have our own straw. So I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. That's us done. Fantastic. So we've still got to scan the rice fields, which I think we'll do in a minute. No, we'll do it in our session. Yeah, so don't mean it funny, but it's been a long, drawn, recorded over 2 sessions, I might add. Yeah, I didn't do it all in one, but it still. No, I always try to keep the length. Obviously, usually a bit of talking at the beginning, a bit of talking at the end, and then in the middle. With this kind of farm where we've got such a lot, yeah, where everything's big, there's a big time lapse, unfortunately, in the middle, usually. But it is really the only way that I ever have found of showing you everything, which I've always wanted to, and not cut out any of the. Again, it's one of those things. It's more a vlog than what a lot of people would class as the way that they do content. So let's leave that there. So it managed it. It struggled a little bit, but we'll go up the hill a little, and that's what I said. So really, that was worth knowing that it's okay up to that 9 meter, but it doesn't mean to say it's all right with all, just because it's all right with that one. I say some of them are lighter than others, as in their requirements seem to be. It doesn't tell you. I've always said this about FS. There's always that. Well, it's what I think it's. Towards the back now. No. I always keep saying this. It's one of those. There. A barrel of diesel, I think, would be a lot easier. Let's stick this away. Its job is done for now. Of course, there will be, the last bits of the rice saving. I was going to say, I'm beginning to know what that is when it does that now. It's a bit. So there. We also need to stick down the sign. My sign, my farm sign, that we always stick down. So then we get out on the left hand side, so it makes more sense that we actually reverse it. Pick up the other header. Luckily we have now got 2 means of doing so, with the telehandler and the front loader. Fantastic. We will need to pick up some fuels. I always think it's a bit unfair, really. So how well did we do? Let's just take this last little bit of straw back to there. We certainly did get some straw, but it's struggled as well. 250 horsepower. It still struggled on the ups when it was going up the field. So again, I don't know what the horsepower requirements are for this, but it is fairly hefty. The Colossus. It's that reminds me. I've just seen it. Let's just cancel that. We don't want any like bits and bobs. Now, obviously, the other thing is that its door opens, so you've got to go sideways into the small self-sufficiency. Obviously, the other one is much bigger, so therefore it has no such problem. So yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, I'm seriously considering putting one of the frames on my. To begin with, I wasn't sure whether it was a good idea, but I think it's not a bad one actually. On the fertilizer spreader. Sorry, I'm expecting to read my mind now. Be careful, because its door goes and clocks the side if you're not careful. That's not too terrible. Right, smashing. Very, very quick unload. Which, that doesn't surprise me. Right, so then, so we did try at one point, you may have noticed, was tried to take in straw, a load into the shed. It doesn't, it's not been any of it. So let's have the carbon silo and also tell it to distribute straw. So that too should go across. We have done everything else, haven't we? TMR, yeah, we have. Forage, keep. And it's not taking any notes of us for some reason. Yeah, it's weird. 4 litres. It's not having any of it, fortunately. Let's have a quick look. Sales, because I do know sometimes new things do actually pop. So then animals, I think it's slowly we are putting a bit more in, and milk is getting to the point where we need to do something now, really. So I think it's time for us to stick. I think we'll go bionic. I don't think we ever need to go more. So it's this end is where the... Yeah, we could stick. I did think of that when I put this down. I thought, oh, I've put the manure, and I think that would be the perfect place for the bionic dairy. I thought enhanced. It's a bit more powerful. So, oh, like that. So I would say, yeah, I don't want to block its swing. That's just another one that I've thought. I've done all of these where I haven't. Yeah, I need to... let's try and do it like that then. And I'm going to move... When I go out, I'm going to move the production bit so that it's where the others are, because I much prefer that, really, to be honest. So that will be okay there. There's plenty of turning room. And now then we have... Yeah, we need to wash this out there, don't we? Let's go grab, yeah, the remnants. And also look how well did we do, because I know we had lots and lots of... Yeah, we did. It was to and fro. This is obviously a disadvantage to this kind of size. This, I also upgraded this, as you may well have noticed. So it's 249 horsepower now. Right, let's have a look. And I haven't... Yeah, I will get ready for next time the Saki as well in the whiskey factory. I think I'd prefer to go that way. I mean, we could do the mineral feed in that, but I just it's make sure it's all in before we have a look. So at least try out the illusion that was going great. Fantastic. So then, how well did we actually do for the corn as well? I know we did many, like loads. 65,000. Well, up the 2 big long grain rice fields wanted really to do that, nearly 9 tons. That's still darn good from one. It's a beautiful field as well. And if you noticed on the precision farming, it's all loam. So it's a beautiful, there is no better field than that. Yeah, that's obviously got a big stripe of the worst, but up to 72 as well. Amazing. Yeah, we will have to get a tank as well. Yeah, really, for the tractor, because it's going to run out of light. It's going to be forever lime all the time. So, yeah, even the breadle would be a very, for this kind of farm, when you're doing this kind of amount, it's a blob of red on the edge of the... Yeah, much it looks like it's been blanketed for the ground red soil. So yeah, it's right. So fantastic. 273566. We do need to be sending back our bits and bobs. I have got my back to it, but that makes no difference because now this is one time where you can't see it. Sort of, it's underneath the thing. So, I think you can just, but there's not much we can do about that, really, is there? Any more returns? I think that was it. It was, yes. So, sorted. So, it's the month of April, which is September to me. Yeah, in my little old neck of the woods, it would be September. So, animals are done. Let's go through till tomorrow, and then we're going to leave it there and do the animals. Are we not going to like... This is true, I was going to do the... again. Enter. Let's grab the... I did have a slight go at this, but yeah, it should be a bit better, but I'm just not 100% sure. Yeah, it's one of the wheels was set further back. I did have a go straight after the session, so I would like to get this one. Yeah, I'm trying to move away from the Abbey now to like my own models, and I will probably need to reblender them though. Have I got that in the right place now? Yeah, it was wandering a little. Yeah, the back attacher was not. Yeah, it's still not quite right, but it's much better. Just needs moving a tad. Yeah, not too terrible. So we need to stick that water into the. Yeah, I was struggling with the dump on this. Was not quite right. So again, it's been into the testing mods to get me dump right. Yeah, it's a labour of love, this one. So let's have a look at the wheels. That's what we've got to be looking on level ground though. It can't be just any old ground. Yeah, those two are okay. So are they. No bits of metal like shooting out like they were, so that's not too terrible. I made the liquid signs a bit larger on the side. Yeah, let's just give this a wash, because obviously we did use it for... Oh no, it's only water. Yeah, no, we're fine. Water's not got... Yeah, that's not gonna... If we'd use it for slurry or something, then at that point I would have thought, that's not so nice. Yeah, it's not... I wasn't really worried about that. I did say that before. Right, so I don't think I've ever used this for the standard mills. So, yeah. Let's have a look. So, yeah, I don't have. It's a long time since now. That is a true. No, we have still done the buttermilk one. So, it's still... and we want to do cheese, which is going to be standard size. Chocolates, we need to have some sugar if we're going that road. We're going to allow the buying of sugar, or do we need to? I think we can manage with like cheese and things like that. So cheese, butter. What is the butter ratio for normal? 10 brings... No, that's not. It's 15 to 30. So it's actually lost. Yeah, you lose a bit. Yeah. Not like, yeah, both goats and buffaloes are obviously, that's their real. They might have less yield, but boy, they make up for it more than anything in the way that they. Yeah, so we'll see if no, it should have. Yeah, this should have actually put some across. But if it doesn't, then we'll have to manually go and grab some. It should. That's the entire reason of having this little tiny silo here. It's the fact that it's a post to save this and almost be like a form of automation. So it's not so far. We're going to turn it on. Yeah, I'm paying proper attention this time. So yeah, it seems to be spouting from the side of the body rather than the actual spout, which is a bit annoying. 4 litres. So you've had all day, and that's like all that you did. That's rubbish. Yeah. No idea what that is about. We'll do a couple of runs. So it's usually in the other one. I mean, this is the entire reason that we did this, was so that you don't have to charge all the way right the way down here. But it's definitely not working right. So I don't know what that is about. It is, after all, a production silo, and there's not an awful lot that you have to... thoughts. Tell me you've not got any in either. If so, where are you? Where's it gone? Yeah, it's 106,000 litres. We've got TMR in, so why are we not? We weren't quite in the right place. Right. Yeah, so at least a couple, because at least that way it's going to be on the up. At the minute, with only having 30, we're sort of like, if we put 2 lots of this in, it's actually, we're gaining a little bit each day, which is, I always like to be in that position, really. Make sure that I'm not dumping it into the actual silo. Yeah, I have no idea why that's not working. I had difficulty with this before, but I had a theory that... that the forage had changed the TMR, but it's called for it before, so I have no idea. Yeah, forage keep, it's on, it's activated, it's deactivated. So really, we know that materials are missing. We know this. Right, one more. Straw, yeah, we'll do a straw as well. I think if we do one straw every single day, no, well, let's see if did the straw actually go across. That's the point, because we did tell it to. No, I didn't either. Did we switch it on the? Yes, it's got no excuses at all. We did everything properly. For some reason, it's not actually working right. Not for either. So that's more of a malfunction on the production, because it's not, you know, all you can really do with this is just tell it to go. That there's, you know, obviously the production side of the game itself. Now that's literally down to the game engine. The only thing you can do as a modder is the production recipe, where you like tell it, and if you do that wrong, it won't appear. Yeah, you can't see it. I know this because I have got it wrong a few times. So yeah, it's the fact that we can see all of those recipes, and the straw especially is only straw, so I can't get that wrong. And we did switch it on, and it's had a full day to like lug that across, and my workers are just not doing it. So there's something wrong with the production itself, which that is a bit of a, and it is a proper production silo too, as in, like, you know, really it's got a silo body. It looks like a silo, but it really is a production. Yeah, I knew I was going to say, oh, that was a bit too close. Right, so one set of straw and we should be on the up. We could also, it's true, we could make some of our own fertilizer. Yeah, we could also, and lime. We could actually buy some stones and make some of our own lime. That is, of course, why the self-sufficiency is like it is. We're going to buy straw in, I think, and we're going to leave the straw. We could do the straw mods as well, it's true. I was saying this, let's see, can we diesel up? And we do indeed want some straw. It does feel quite a much more powerful tractor, strangely enough, as you would imagine, really, switching on a few little tiny bits of straw on the field, but not a lot. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. So let's stick this in and see. I think, do we buy some more animals? I think we will. I think we'll buy another 30. Obviously, I've realised that, do we have a mix? Some water buffalo for their speciality of, I think we will. We can, yeah. So really, if we buy another 30, I think that would be not a bad place to leave it. So that we've got 60 odd, and then we're going to have births. Yes, I think I'm happy with that. Now the only bad thing is we're now going to play around with the amount that we need. So let's have a look. How much have we got in the straw? 61,000, and food 85. Now we're going to find that in the morning the food does go down rather a bit more. So it's, yeah, we've actually, say this is October, I think, something like that. So we really want to be looking at our rice field. Also, I think always. So really, we could do with fertilising it and not rushing through. So that really means borrowing the little John Deere that's not been doing a sausage the last couple of sessions because he's been busy being over here. So I think we need a front box if we're going to be liming. I mean, it's not so bad about the looks like he's missed a bit. Looking at that, he said he'd finish, but that looks like he's missed it as well. Or it's the, no, it's actually, it's the, that's not making much of a difference at all, is it? So, yeah, nothing to do with that, that's alright. so we will... Oh, that's true. We want to... let's not worry about it. We haven't got any buffalo milk at present to actually drop in, so... Yeah, get the store to... We are using store deliveries rather a lot, but it's just one of those things at the minute that... right, it's down here somewhere. Feels kind of... We've still got narrows on, so... We should really... See, do we damage the crop if we go in with narrows? We didn't in Agro Saw, but then this is FS25, so this is quite a different... Let's have a look. Well, we're not damaging it properly, are we? I do love this by Acumobile. It's so much... It sort of spoils you because you get used to how good it is, and it's a really nice place to be. I don't think I ever... Unless it's you get one in the sales, and then I will, obviously, because it's... Yeah, it's not fair that you know, like, it's a lot cheaper than buying it brand new, so I do. You would, wouldn't you, really? Let's finish this video first. Do that right. Get that in one. Yeah, it's weird looking at the courseplay lines. You can see that flicker over this. It's sort of trying to catch up with where it is, which is a bit of a strange one. So if we do that there, it should pretty much that. I'm going to still scan a little tiny bit of this one, but I'm not, yeah. It's longer, isn't it, than it is, yeah, not so wide, but it's still, for the two fields, we will definitely make the most. That's what I thought. We'll do the Saki. No, missing a little. Yeah, well, I did sort of say this as well. I mean, I haven't got too much. I can't remember. I know normal rice, you can make rice oil. I can't remember if you can make oil, but I thought, well, do we really just want... I did look into doing corn oil, and apparently it's a bit of a... It's not really terribly good, so... I thought, no, we'll leave it. Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, apparently, corn oil. It's not a very high percentage. It's not a very oil-rich product, so therefore we won't do it. Right, let's grab... Well, I could, I suppose. No, we have not done this one yet, have we, until it returns a scan. Well, we could start fertilising, at the least. We'll do a proper liming session, I think, in the... Yeah, proper... Even we... Oh, I keep doing that. I'm trying to unfold it honest. I'm just trying to fertilise. It's just going to take us. It is going to take a few minutes, so I only say my words. Yeah, I didn't really expect to be doing this, but yeah. I suppose no. It's true. We can do this next session. We'd leave this ready to rock and roll. Yeah, it's been a long session already. We've at least scanned the fields. What do they look like? There we go, a little splash of loam, just standard sandy loam. Yeah, not just normal soil basically, nothing special. So, and of course, 79 is for the whole farm. Yeah, that's why it's given. I wondered why. I thought we've only done field one. It's not really just field one. It's all of it. It's the combined thing for the entire farm. So you can see that if you really wanted, you could have a fairly hefty field. You could cut out of there, really, if you so wished, or make the grass bigger, or, I mean, you know, you could, but all of that, there's a field in that alone. I would imagine our boundary is somewhere on there. But yeah, there's quite a lot of extra land in here, so... Right, I'm going to leave it there. I've done well. I am going to be working on trying to fix the... yeah, to add the Saki, which is quite a bit of work in that, to add a completely new field type. So, yeah, it's going to take me a few minutes to do that. And that will hopefully be ready for next session, where we'll stick that down. So we've got the dairy in, so we've got one business. I've not done cows for a long time. Sri Lanka, I think, was the last time when we did have the dairy then, but like we'd not got bionics or supers or anything like that. But yeah, the bionic is the one that I usually use now, because it sort of keeps up nicely with almost every farm that I've been on so far. I've never needed a super yet on a farm, so we shall see if any farm ever beats that when we go really big on a couple or something like that, like one of Cavalier Roy's maps that's got 2,000 animals or something like that. That probably at that point would be necessary. Right, so all that remains to be said is actually we ought to be we ought to be switching the water flooding on, or checking. It shows I've not totally got out of the habit